This is Michael Luchies from How to Livable. Today I'm excited to teach you how to earn thousands of dollars teaching on Skillshare. So what is Skillshare? Skillshare is an online learning community. It operates on a membership basis and it gives you as a teacher the opportunity to post courses that students who pay a monthly membership fee can take at no extra charge with no limits. In this video, I am going to give you some of the ins and outs of Skillshare. I'm going to share my experience, how much I've earned on Skillshare, and how I've earned that. And then stay tuned until the end where I go through different tips which will set you up for success on Skillshare and help you earn thousands of dollars as I have as well. And possibly even more than me because I'm not perfect. You can definitely do better than I have. Now, I am Michael Luchies. I'm an entrepreneurial writer, and I started on Skillshare back in 2017. I have just 13 courses. About 4 or 5 of those have been published in the last few weeks. And I'm also planning to launch several more. But this is my Skillshare profile. This is what it looks like. Every teacher on Skillshare gets a profile, which is similar to a social media page. You can see my followers, who I'm following, and how many courses I've published. Actually, it's 15 now. The courses that I've published on Skillshare range from creating your company's mission statement to startup content, writing you need when you start a business, but they're all focused on writing and content and being an entrepreneur, which is all within my wheelhouse, which we will talk about here. So teaching on Skillshare, what should you know before you get started as a teacher? Well, as I explained, Skillshare is a community. You do get a profile. The profile includes your courses, images, work experience, and more. You can also follow teachers and students and communicate with them. You can also promote your other social media profiles and other things you're working on from that profile. So there are a lot of benefits of being a teacher on Skillshare for trying to get out your personal or business brand. Anyone can teach on Skillshare. Even if you don't pay for a subscription, you can still teach on Skillshare. So anyone has the ability to teach, you can do it. Skillshare is focused on skills. Skillshare, it's about sharing skills. Courses are not related to earning money. They more focus on skills. So drawing or programming or writing, you name it, basically anything that's involved with a skill can be taught on Skillshare, but just not on making money. That's not the focus and actually not allowed. Skillshare has 9 million students, according to leadership. There are also around 6,000 teachers and growing. So still a lot of opportunities to reach that large audience, and it does continue to grow as well. Every course on Skillshare must have a project. The project can be a worksheet or it can be just to submit something after you've completed it. For example, if your course is about creating a social media post, you can ask students to submit a link to that social media post on the project page. And after they submit that, you can then communicate with them, you can give them feedback, you can make comments on that project. But every course needs to have a project, so keep that in mind. A class length, a nice thing about Skillshare is they have a minimum of 10 minutes, which is much less than other platforms. Some are 30 minutes, some are 60. You can have a course as little as 10 minutes, which is nice. And they can be as long as hours. I've taken a 4-hour long class on Skillshare before, but most are right around the 30 to 40-minute range. Courses can be free or premium. So you can designate your course as being a free course, which means anyone can take it. They don't have to be a paying member of Skillshare to take your course. But if it's a free course, you don't earn any money. Only premium courses earn money on Skillshare. Now, publishing. You can have your courses published on other platforms. It doesn't just have to be Skillshare, but there are some boundaries. If you do have a premium course, which we just talked about, meaning you can earn revenue on it, it can't be for free somewhere else. So you can't have it publicly viewable on YouTube and then have it as a premium course on Skillshare. That's against the rules. But you could have it on Skillshare and Udemy, as long as it's premium gated. You have to pay for it on both sites. You can only publish one course per week. So that means you could publish up to 52 a year if you publish it on pretty much the same day each week, but you can only publish one a week. You are paid per minute watched. And we'll talk a little bit more about this, but I have averaged, I'll dip into my experience a little bit here. Throughout my 4 years on Skillshare, I average 5 cents a minute. Doesn't sound like a lot, but every day, you might get hundreds of minutes watched of your courses, and I average 5 cents a minute, and I don't need to do anything for that. Every time somebody's watching one of my courses, they watch a minute, I get 5 cents, and those payouts are paid every month. You're paid on how many minutes were watched of your courses. Now that amount will fluctuate per month. There are certain times when they give bonuses out to try to recruit new members to Skillshare. During those months, you will see a dip in your amount, how much you get paid per minute. The guidelines for Skillshare are pretty strict. They have strict guidelines on what you can and can't include in courses and what your courses look like. For example, you can't have a static slide lasting for more than 30 seconds. One of the ways I combat that is by having me right here. I have the little screen share, a talking head version of me in the corner here, and so that's not a static slide anymore. I have had to go back and forth with their customer service, but they say that this is perfectly fine. But they want animations, they want movement, they don't want boring courses, and that's understandable. Now, Skillshare also has a 3-strike system. If you violate one of their many guidelines, you get a strike. 3 strikes, and literally, you're out. They cancel your account, and it's very hard to get it back. So if you get 2 strikes within a 6-month period, and they do fall off after 6 months, not if you get 3, you're done. But if you get 1 or 2, those will fall off. Well, 1 will fall off 6 months after you got it. So if you do by chance get 2 strikes, you probably shouldn't do anything with your account until one of those falls off. And we will talk about how you can avoid those strikes. There are links in the description below that will help you avoid those strikes. Now we're going to take a look at Skillshare and my teaching account and my results. This is where I'm going to share with you how I've done over the past 4 years. So let's take a look. I'm going to click over here and click on View Profile. And this is what I mentioned before, where you get your own profile. And they do give you a lot of options to customize it. You can include links. This is a link to an article I wrote. This is a custom image. It shows you the statistics, what courses you've taken, what projects you've submitted. You can promote yourself. They have all your courses listed here that somebody can go right to your course from here and take your course. You can put in your work experience, education. You can put videos. You can also start discussions, and you can showcase your skills as well. So there are a lot of cool ways to personalize and promote yourself on your Skillshare profile. Now, looking at my teaching profile, click on Teach, and then I'm going to go to My Teaching Stats. Now here you can see in total to date as of it's May 2021, I've earned just over $3,000, which isn't bad. This is nice recurring revenue and passive income. I don't need to do anything for some money to come in each month on the courses that I've already published. But obviously you want to keep building the account if you want that to increase. It will probably die off over time if you just publish 1 or 2 courses and you let those go. So the total amount of students I've had is around 3,000. Just one course has had 1,300 of those students. So in here you can see how much I've been paid each month. So starting with the first month, the first main month here, because I published it right at the end of the month. So I earned $119. Skillshare does say that in your first month with only 1 course published, you should earn around $200. This is because they give your course a bump. They try to feature new courses to give you a little bit more inspiration, give you a little cash in your pocket that first month. So don't expect that to continue. As you can see, the next month after 119, 29, 26. Then I had a nice bump, 53, 84, then went back down. And through this time, see, some months were really bad, 11, 16. And then over time, I started publishing a couple more here and there. I really wasn't consistent at all, but those did amp up. And then I kind of caught fire here in middle of 2020. Well, caught fire for me, earning 150 bucks a month or so. Now I'm right around $200 a month over the last 4 months, and I plan to increase that. And this includes referrals. You can earn $10 every time you refer someone using your referral link. I actually have my referral link below. If you do want to try out Skillshare, please do use my referral link. That will help me out, and I hope this has been helpful to you as well. But you can earn $10 each time someone does that. I haven't really tried, and I've just happened to earn $60 doing that. Most of my effort goes into earning the royalties, which of course comes from the amount of minutes that people have watched your courses. So those are my results. Now let's take a look at what I've done that I think has helped me be successful to this extent. Now, I understand if you're skeptical that you'll be able to make thousands of dollars on Skillshare, but I promise you it is possible. I haven't done that much that well to get me here, but here is what I've done right. So I got in early. I started in 2017. Many teachers have come onto the platform, publishing many classes since that time. I did promote that first course to my network. I got a few people in the course right away, and by few I mean like a few, 4 or 5. And then getting that bump from Skillshare, having them feature the course, helped me get some early students that really got that course some momentum. And I found the right topics for me to teach on. I write for entrepreneurs and small businesses for a living, so I know that's kind of my wheelhouse, what I should focus on. So I focused on that, and also I found topics that were highly searched within Skillshare, and I also made sure to try to provide quick value to people taking the course. You want to do that too. You want to give people value right away and in a short format. So I would recommend some of those really short courses too. Of course, you don't earn as much money for short courses because you get paid per minute. So if you have a 2-hour course and you have if you have 500 students at a 2-hour course, you're going to make a ton more than even 3,000 students in a 10-minute course. It's just you're going to have more minutes watched. But providing value early on can help you get some followers and people interested in you as a teacher right away. So don't overlook having a really short, valuable course on something you're comfortable teaching that people are going to benefit from. So now let's start looking at what I did wrong. So these are opportunities you have to crush my results. You can earn a lot more than $200 a month, which is what I'm averaging right now. So I haven't really had a strategy here. Unfortunately, I just kind of winged it. I published a course, just kind of let that sit, and then here and there, oh, I'll publish another course on this and that. I haven't made it consistent, and I haven't had a strategy, including a marketing strategy. I have not done much marketing other than building out my profile on Skillshare and getting those few students myself right at the start of my first course. My course quality can always be improved. I try to provide quality. I've got some lighting here. I'm still working on getting my background set up, which I haven't done in like 4 years. Unfortunately, there's a lot you can do with quality. You can also do more talking head videos, which is just you looking at the camera. If that's really high quality and you do an intro video like that, you will get a lot more students. Trust me. Look at all of the top courses on Skillshare. You should do that to research. Almost all of them are shot in that manner. Not a lot of them are shot like mine. I still do good enough, and I do prefer this teaching style. It makes me feel more comfortable. I've had a lot of missed opportunities to connect with students. I've gone months and even a full year without responding to students, responding to projects, giving feedback on projects. I am doing that now. I started doing that the last few months. Maybe that's why my results have gone back up. But I haven't done that over the years as I got busy with other projects. So you can learn from that. and make sure you're connecting with your students, you're communicating with them, you're providing them feedback, making sure they're engaged. They'll be more likely to take your other courses and really build that connection with you. So how can you earn thousands of dollars on Skillshare? First, you need to choose the right course topics. You want to match popular topics with what you know, are skilled at, and passionate about. These course topics should be specific and something that will teach a student how to achieve something that they want quickly. So for example, grow your LinkedIn network with blah, 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 blah. And just make sure that blah, 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 blah is something that's searched. So like business writing or design skills, developing, something along those lines. And you can figure this out by just cruising around Skillshare. Look at some of the popular topics, look at the popular courses, see what their titles are of the courses, and see what the topics are. You don't want to copy anybody's course. You don't want to necessarily directly copy the subject, but you can get ideas from that and see what's popular, see what people are taking, see what people are searching. You need to read the course guidelines and teacher handbook. Guys, if you want to earn thousands on Skillshare, don't just wing it and go without a strategy. You want to know what their guidelines are. Not only do you need to abide by them to make sure you don't get content strikes and get kicked off Skillshare, but they are made to help you succeed on Skillshare too. So there are links in the description below of the teacher handbook and the course guidelines. Take an hour or two and read through those. It will help you be more successful on Skillshare. Publish courses regularly. You don't have to publish every week. It's a lot of work to put out a course. You got to plan for it, record it, edit it, publish it, promote it. There's a lot of work, but publish regularly. If you can publish once a month, do it. Just make sure you can publish at the same time each month so your students know when you're going to publish a new course. Now, ideally, if you're focusing on something that you're really good at, then you're going to publish on similar topics. This will allow your students to come back to you to learn within that realm. Because ideally, students are probably going to want to learn about a specific topic. So if somebody wants to become a graphic designer, they're going to want courses about graphic design. So you could think of 20 different courses to teach within graphic design, and ideally that student would be able to take each course and learn something new from you. So I would at least recommend, if you're going to jump into this and you want to really earn on Skillshare, try to publish once a quarter, which would be 4 times a year. So every 3 months, get a course out there, promote it, figure out what works for you, but publish regularly. Engage with your students. You should be responding to every comment you get. Read the reviews. You will get an email when you get a review on Skillshare, and they'll tell you what they liked, what they didn't like. You can improve courses and even create new courses based on the feedback you're getting from students. Use that information. You should market your courses like crazy. One really cool thing that not enough teachers in Skillshare are using is you can email your followers on Skillshare. Yeah, you can email them right from Skillshare. You don't have to have their email addresses. Don't use this very often, but it's a really helpful tool. If you're going to publish a course every month or every quarter, you could let your students know, hey, new course is going live Friday. Here's what you plan to learn. Love to have you in the course, something like that. It will help you increase your early students in a course. Another way you can market your courses is through giving out free links. You can go in a course and give out a free link to your course to somebody who's not even on Skillshare. So you won't earn revenue from them watching the course, but it will say you got students in that course already. That gives you some credibility. If you have a brand new course and it already has 15 students, other people are going to be interested and possibly trust you to teach them. So it's really important to get early students in there, and that's a great way to market your course. Get people in there taking your course for free, and you can ask them to review your course to help you let other people know what to expect and to help get those ratings up so people will trust what you're teaching. Join mastermind groups. There are a lot of teachers out there, and teachers want to help each other. On Facebook, for example, I'm in about 4 or 5 different Skillshare groups. People post questions, answer questions, ask questions. There's a lot of different discussions in there too that have been really helpful for me. So join those groups. The one thing I will recommend avoiding at all costs is sharing views. I've heard of teachers getting banned for this, where they've contacted other teachers and have said, hey, if you watch 2 of my courses, I'll watch 2 of yours. Um, Usually, I mean, probably they only get caught if they do this a lot, but don't do it at all. It's not ethical, and they can tell that teachers are watching other teachers' accounts. They have access. Now, there are teachers that I do like, that I do watch their courses, especially within writing. I want to learn more and also see what else is out there. So I do that, but just be really careful to not intentionally trade views with another teacher. They can see that and you could get your account blocked. Promote outside of Skillshare too. Don't rely just on Skillshare. As I mentioned, there's that $10 referral bonus. So it does pay to bring people to Skillshare as well. But use your Facebook, Twitter, let people know what you're teaching and where you're teaching. LinkedIn's probably another place where you could promote your Skillshare courses. I have done articles on LinkedIn talking about a subject and then led them to a Skillshare course, and that has worked pretty well for a couple courses that I've done, specifically courses on LinkedIn. Also, communicate with the Skillshare team. It can be hard to go back and forth with the customer service team at Skillshare, but they do have courses and classes and different efforts and bonuses for new students. So I'd recommend participating in some of those. They are really responsive. They want to get new teachers started and hooked on Skillshare, publishing lots of courses. So take those, get those, get those tips, build those connections with the Skillshare team so they're on your side, and also they'll be more likely to feature your courses, which will give you a huge bump and help you earn more revenue right from the start. That's it. That's how to earn thousands of dollars teaching on Skillshare. I really, really hope this has been helpful for you. I did work really hard on this to make sure that I'm giving you information that's going to be beneficial. I invite you to follow me on Skillshare. I'd love to follow you back as well. Also, if this video has been helpful, please do like the How to Livable channel. Feel free to ask questions in this video as well. And go ahead and subscribe to How to Livable if you want more information on Skillshare, LinkedIn, and other platforms as well. Thank you so much. Best of luck. And I look forward to supporting you as a fellow teacher on Skillshare as well. Thanks.